motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you something straight off the motherfucking breath. I ain't coming for no food.
I'm just gonna do what I do.
I ain't coming for no food.
I just wanna talk to you.
I ain't coming for no food.
Those are things that we gonna do right
I
here.
ain't scared of you, motherfucker.
Right now. Right now. Thank you for riding with me. Thank you for riding with me.
I ain't coming for no food.
Let me get lights, camera, action. We on. What's up, Mano G? Hold up, let me see who on. Who's across from me? Regardless who it is, they gon' talk to me and they gon' keep it real. And I'm gon' instill my philosophies. And possibly you can be here too if you just follow me. Let's kick it about your brand or your plan with no apology. So sit back and relax. Thanks for spending time with me. Don't comma who, comma me, comma you, comma D. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Comedy. That's C-O-M-M-A-D. And the reason why I said it that way is because that's what it is. A comic is a continuous. What we do is we trying to make sure that we talk to all the comics who have been continuing doing what they have been doing from the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and all the way up into the 20s, 30s that's coming up. We're going to be around for that. This guy that I have with me is a special guy. I love this guy right here. He's been around for all of those decades that I have just mentioned, and he's definitely going to be around for a whole lot more. You've seen him everywhere. You see him on HBO. He got his own comedy room. He's been all over the city of Detroit. He's born and bred here. I want you guys to give it up for Mr. Tony Roney. How you doing, my brother?
Hey, what's up, Mano? What's up, man? This is so cool. This is what's up, man.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you like it, man. I'm glad you took some time out to actually be here, although you were an hour late, though. I got to put that out there.
And then it took you an hour to get set up, so...
You right on time.
Yes, we even.
That's what's up, man. But I do appreciate you being here, man, and being actually my first guest.
Wow.
And by you being who you are in the city of Detroit and who you are in the comedy game, why don't you share with my audience real quick, like a little bit about yourself? Where do you come from, Tony?
Oh, wow. Detroit. Born and raised Southwest Detroit, the east side, the west side. My mother was poor, so we moved around a lot. Mm-hmm. You know, the typical black story.
Like gypsies.
Yeah. Every time it came rent, you know, she was like, no, you're not paying for this shit. You know? And that's pretty much what it was.
Oh, okay. So it was here, there, and everywhere, like Savoir Faire.
Yeah, for real. They did a story on BMF. And those brothers in Southwest Detroit, Meech and T. T was in my 9th grade health class, and Meech, I took them guys out to a party out in Pontiac. So I'm like the Forrest Gump of comedy. I know everybody.
Right.
I was there before they blew up.
Right.
Now these people are legends. And I'm waiting to get put in my right grade.
Yeah, you seeking your recognition.
Yeah. We all. If you don't stop, you get put in your right grade.
Obviously, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Man. And by you being a man of the town, where you have been around and things of that nature, you are from Detroit. You say you was all around the city of Detroit. Was there a particular place where when you found comedy serious? Let me back up real quick. Let me ask you this question. When did you take comedy seriously? Like, what made you say, this is what I'm supposed to do?
I think I saw Eddie Murphy in 19, the Raw tour.
Okay, like 88, 87.
86.
86, something like that.
And I had a car, first of all. 16 years old with a car. So I know exactly what year. It was 2006.
1986.
86 because I had a car at 16, so that's how I knew what year it was, because I was born in 69, so whatever year that is, that's my age. So I had a car, man, and my auntie said, hey, can you take my daughter to a concert? I didn't know who it was. Found out Eddie Murphy Raw tour, the worst seats in the world, and Paul Mooney made me laugh so hard I had to close my ears. I thought I was gonna die.
Okay.
And I said, I want that power to hurt you physically with comedy.
Right.
And then Eddie Murphy put 20,000 people in the audience. I said, I want that power. one guy name on the ticket, no band, no group, one microphone, and I said, wow, that's what I want to do. Fast forward 1988, Carter Case came out of high school. Carter Case, for the summer I sold drugs for, summer job in Detroit. That's what you do. Yeah, rite of passage.
Yeah.
And
so you just don't wear a yellow shirt.
Yeah, right. And I went to the county, and a little bitty guy, man, went to the county, and I saw grown men get smacked, and they didn't do nothing. I said, damn. I never saw nobody not react to getting smacked.
Right.
I'm like, shit.
This ain't
I said, damn, I'm gonna die because I can't be like that motherfucker. And but I never got into a fight, and people said, man, you're funny as hell. And got out of jail. Only did 2 weeks, no big stint in the county.
That's hard time.
88 was hard as hell. Yeah. Shit. So
that's when colors came out.
Man, it was tough. So I realized that I had the gift of gab, and I'm just a likable guy. Got out. Arsenio Hall said on his interview, on his talk show, if you can make a group of people laugh, you can do comedy. I was like, man, on my rock in the county, that I made a group of them laugh.
Yeah, you was the bomb.
I said I could do it.
Right.
So went to the comedy clubs October '88. So maybe I caught the case in September, October. I did a plea in probation, and I went to the comedy club, Mark Riley's Comedy Castle.
Out in Troy.
No, this was in Royal Oak. And,
Royal Oak. I'm sorry.
But it's
Troy
on
Street.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's what I was going to say. On Troy.
And I did it, and I was hooked ever since.
Okay.
Now I took a maybe a 3-month break, and then I got serious. To answer your question, that's when I got serious. Out of that 3 months, so since 1988, 33 years ago, I might have took a 3-month break. But I've been on stage ever since, every week. Well,
that is spectacular, because one of the things that what makes a good comic is consistency.
Yeah.
And some of us have it, some of us lack it. Like I dabble around, I mess around, I have an issue with consistency at times. By me being a stand-up comedian too, you are one of the guys who I look up to, who I seen, and then once I was able to be around you and I saw you on a platform that I would like to be on, just like you saw Paul Mooney, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I saw you, it kind of similar, like, wait a minute, Tony Roney right here in the city of Detroit. Okay. You mean to tell me I done seen this man on Comedy View and things that make you mean to tell me he finna put me on his stage? You mean to tell me I got an opportunity and I did pretty good?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so that is like me paying my homage to you, paying your homage to Eddie Murphy and Paul Mooney. And speaking of a person like Paul Mooney, like you said, you wanted that power because, Paul Mooney is not really known for the stand-up, but he's written the hundreds and thousands. He's written for all comics, for Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy. He's written episodes of the Sanford and Sons and Norman Van Leer. Good time, So when you look at that, you got to be well-rounded, and that's some of the things that I would like to be involved with, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. Not only do I do stand-up, but this is what I want to do, my podcast. I do interviews. I have radio in my background. I worked in AM 1440 for 9 years and graduated from Specs Howard School of Broadcast Media. So I'm trying to use everything that I got. And you're using everything that you got now. I know that you've done some acting before, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
What were some of the things that you've done?
I did some background work for 8 Mile. That was pretty good. I went in for a reading part, but I ended up getting stuck with background. But that was incredible. I was on some live plays. Matter of fact, in your home city, at the Aries Crown Theater in Chicago. Yeah, I did a play, and there was a big play, 5,000 seater. So I did. Plays are awesome, but it's too much work to do plays. The acting, I don't know if I want to be an actor. I want to greenlight movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to take an idea and say, make this movie.
Yeah, make this movie.
Yeah.
So you want to be the executive producer. You want to be the
Period.
one that say,
Yeah.
let's get this done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we can work together. You
Yeah.
know, so now I see what your vision is. See, I'm the one that wants to make it happen.
Yeah,
You know, so you're the one that say, okay, I got the dough, make it happen. I'm the one that's going to make it happen.
Absolutely.
And that's where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. I'm making it happen right now.
And so I appreciate what you're doing, man, because you're very instrumental in making creating platforms for comedians to grow in big scene, you know, or actors or musicians. So I'm digging what you're doing.
I appreciate that, man. And, you know, moving right along. When you first started hitting the stages hard, and you know you get a chance to meet celebrities and things of that nature, who knocked your socks off? Who was the one celebrity that you admired growing up or what have you, or just so happened to run across? Who was the one celebrity, because you've been in Tinseltown and things of that nature? Who was the one celebrity that knocked your socks off when you met him?
I think I was in awe of Paul Mooney.
Okay.
I saw him in, of course I knew his work, you know, Richard Pryor. And then I moved out to LA back in maybe 91. So started in 88, 91, I moved out to LA 3 years later. And I was working at the Beverly Center, that's a Poplar Mall in Beverly Hills. And he came in with his daughter, looking for some women's shoes. And it was a women's shoe store. And he had a shitty attitude, but I was so in awe. He was, I don't need your help. I'm okay. If I need your help, I'll ask him.
Yeah, stern as fuck. Yeah.
Goddamn, you know.
Right.
But that didn't bother me, you know.
Right.
I got cussed out by Gil Scott Heron. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not worthy. So then years later, I ended up opening up for him a couple times and told him the story. And we laughed.
Oh, okay.
You know, but Paul Mooney. Mike F, man, before he was famous, now he's, you know, a superstar. So a lot of people, I knew him before they was famous, you know, but Cat Williams, I met him at a comedy club, just walked in the back, in a green room, and he was smoking some weed. He said, the weed is yours, but the bitches is mine. And
that sounds like something you'd say.
And oh man, that was so cool. We smoked weed and laughed, and I really didn't know who he. I know he was Money Mike, but I didn't know he was gonna go to the level where he ended up going. Yeah, but he was so fucking
like
cool.
you say, the Forrest Gump though.
Yeah,
you always there.
We can go on and on with this story.
But even with that. Which that tells you a little history about how far you have come, because you went all the way from Paul Mooney to current individuals like Cat Williams.
Yeah.
I mentioned consistency earlier today in the show, and what for new comics such as myself, because I need some encouragement. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
And for other comics that may be wondering, like, okay, I might be able to get booked this week, but I might go a month or two without nobody even trying to call my name or what have you. What would you say to me personally, and anybody who's listening out here right now? How would you continue on knowing that it's not really happening? How do you keep your level of consistency?
You have to have a comedy home.
Okay.
You gotta have a comedy base where, like a boxer got a gym.
Okay.
You know, you have the NBA, the NFL. They all got their workout facility and then they got the game day. You know, the game day is in the arena. So you gotta have a comedy home, and then when somebody book you, that's game day.
Okay.
You know, so without having a comedy home that every week this is where you at, you can't really, you're not able to be seen. So out of sight, out of mind.
Right. So basically, you got to be consistent.
You have
consistency.
Yeah.
Even if you're just going to the same spot you may not even go up every week at the same spot.
Yeah.
But your chances of going up a little bit more if you show the level of consistency there, then the people will see your consistency, and it works for you on both hands.
Absolutely. From other talented people that's gonna book you, that's gonna be there, to people in the audience, you don't know if they're booking something.
Right.
So, like, I have a comedy club. A lot of people get booked at my comedy clubs. A lot of moves are being made, and I'm not even in the loop. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the deals go down. So you have to be in the arena. You know, you can watch it from TV, or you can actually be in the building, or you can actually participate. What are you gonna do? There should be no Friday or Saturdays you at home watching TV, smoking a joint, and not in your venue. You know,
trying to at least rub some elbows.
You have
make
to
some kind of connection.
Absolutely.
Talk. Even if you're not even getting up. So just being seen, like you say, out of sight, out of mind.
You have to. And if you don't, you don't get to work.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you become bitter because you see all these flyers on Facebook, Instagram, and you're not on none of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we all, fall into that trap. But the ones that's out there, they on every flyer. You know, so that's what you got to do.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, man, because that's something that I'm glad you said it, because it just breaks a confirmation with me, because at first I was a little bitter a few years ago. I've been doing comedy about 11 years. Yeah. So I started out doing clean comedy, and I was doing churches and stuff like that, at the Upper Room, Jameson Temple, my own church and stuff like that. So once I crossed over and started doing, the regular stuff, because my life was not clean. Yeah. So it's kind of hard for me to tell my life clean. Yeah. But if I go in with the bullshit, you know what I'm saying, it kind of makes it a little bit more livelier. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It makes it a little bit more funnier, because you can be like, yeah, I understand that. You
know how a football player got to get the reps? The coaches got to see them. Mm-hmm. If you don't get them reps, the coaches can't see you, so you're not getting put in the game. Right. You got to get on stage. Yeah. You got to get on stage, and that's when you're going to be seen. Not only be seen, but you're going to be able to take your jokes and make them better and better and better, to the point you're so funny, people will create work for you. Right. They having a party, you got to come to my party. Mm-hmm. They having a show, you got to be on my show. So the more you put me in the mind of Tony Roberts. When I first started doing when Tony Roberts first started doing comedy, I beat him in a comedy competition, $1,000. He won second place, but and he caught the bus over my house, and he said, "What do I do to get in this game?" And I said, "Come to my comedy spots." And every time I booked him, he would be there. Every time, no money, little money. Here's $20. Here's $10. One time it was a show for kids, man. A 5-year-old daycare at Salvation Army, 5 years old to 12-year-old, and he made those kids laugh. You know what I'm saying? It was free. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I remember 10 years ago, his last show, he said, "Tony, to book me, you need an agent. You need to call my agent, because I can't do no more shows without my agent." So to see a comedian go from, "I want to do this," to, "You need to talk to my agent." Right. You know what I'm saying?
Just being straight up with you, and you know where he come from.
But he never turned no shows down.
That's right. And so, you couldn't even look crazy if he said talk to his agent. You just said, give me his number.
Well, here's the thing. He goes to that next level. Now it's time for me to go to that next level. Yeah. So he didn't do nothing wrong, so now it's my time to get the bread up to pay him and go to the next level. Just like with you have to get those reps in. And wherever you can get those reps in, 7 days a week, on the weekend, because you're working during the weekdays, and if you're not putting no time in, every week, if you're not getting 30 minutes of stage time, you might as well be out of business.
Right. And by you saying that, which moves me to my next and last question a little bit. We're going to wrap it up a little bit. To get the reps in, you the host of Comic Vibe, that's over there, Starters over there, off Southfield Freeway. And I've graced that stage. Plenty other Detroit local artists, comics have graced that stage, which will be here in that same seat that you're in. You given me so many opportunities, a couple of opportunities. How many rooms, not how many rooms, because I know you held a lot. What does it take to actually hold a room, be successful, and give people like me that 30 minutes a week that they need? How do you come about that?
You gotta have a good deal with the venue. Okay. You gotta have a good deal where it shouldn't cost you to be in that venue. That way, if you don't make any money, it didn't cost you. So, or they paying you to be there. Then it's a good job. But the moment that you're not making money, you're fired.
Right.
So
gotta move on.
so the best deal you can give, that's longevity. So that's why I'm able to be at Starters for so long, because I got a great deal with them. And so even if I don't make any money, I don't lose any money.
Right.
So those are the best deals. If you don't make any money, you don't lose any money.
And you eat for free.
Yeah. And I get a discount. Yeah.
You get something off.
But it starts with the deal. Everything we do starts with the deal. Somebody book you how much money, it's free. Okay, that's the deal. But you don't turn down anything. But with a long running night, comedy night, once you get the good deal in place, now you got to find the best talent at the best price. And if you can get whatever that budget is. But if you're the comedian, this is what I'm so important. If I had to do it and go all the way back, I would do an evening with Tony Roney. I would never book not one comedian. I would just book myself. So if I was going to be Mano, I would do an evening with Mano. I would do Mano comedy show. You have to sell yourself.
Absolutely.
The comedians, if you're not a comedian, sell the whole show. Otherwise, learn how to depend on yourself.
Absolutely.
You're the brand. And I tell every comedian, you're the brand. And now it's cool if you want somebody to open up for you. Or it's cool if you have one or two of your friends you can bring them up, and then after you bring them up, you can do the rest of your time. But you should be selling yourself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I think we go around booking other comedians.
Okay, well that's totally understandable.
Yeah.
And that puts a wrap up on it. And before we go all the way out, let the folks know right now, what you got coming up, what's going on in your world right now, and you got about a minute to do so.
This is an awesome platform. I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
Excellent. What I'm doing is I franchised my comedy club. So Detroit Red is
my guy.
Yeah, he's running and operating the Comic Vibe inside Starters Bar and Grill every Friday and Saturdays. Check us out. 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock. So Detroit Red is the host and MC, and then we always have a different headliner each and every week. So, but I have a comedy academy. Yeah. So like Debbie Allen Dance Academy. I got Tony Roney's Comedy Academy.
Okay. How can they get with that?
You come down to the Comic Vibe, or you go to my website TonyRoney.com and give me a call, and I'll get you started. Matter of fact, you can either go to my comedy club website or my website, Tony Roney's Comic Vibe, or TonyRoney'sComicVibe.com, and give me a call. My phone number is on there, and reach out and touch me. Even if you don't reach out and touch me, you can reach out and touch my assistant or one of my managers, and they'll gladly put you in touch with me. But yeah, my thing is to do a major festival once a year, and ultimately to make 365 movies a year.
I got 3 so far.
Yeah.
I'll get into that a little later on in the series.
Take 365 comedians and do their special and blow them up, and utilize this platform to blow them up,
I'm with that.
Yeah, that's
Tony Roney, man, I want to thank you, man, for being my very first guest, man. And,
glad to be here, man.
Hey, you
thanks
gave us
for having me.
Yeah, a whole lot of wisdom. A lot of folks don't know, the consistency and, who really makes them tick in the comedy game. And before you could even become one, you knew what you wanted to do, and once you became that, you have given other people the platform to do what you have done and spring forward. And I got a picture of Tony Robbins, and in that picture, we both got our mask on, and people say we look like twins.
Man, I'm talking to you. Oh, y'all got the same energy.
Yeah. So
if it was Africa, y'all be from the same tribe.
So I'm Shout out to Tony Roney.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah, so and all the other comics in the city of Detroit. I have been your host, Mano. This is Comedy. I have with me my main man, Tony Roney. You can catch him at Comic Vibe. He gave you the information of where he is. You can catch me on my platform. That's Mano McCann. That's on YouTube. That's Mano McCann. That's on Facebook. That's ManoMcCann. That's who I am. I'll see you guys next week. Have a great night. See you later, Tony.
Hey, back at you, man.
All right, man. Love you, boy.
Love you, man.
Thank you for hanging out with me and my guests right here on Comedy. I've been your host, Mano G. You can catch me on any of my platforms at Mano McCann. That's ManoMcCann. That's YouTube and Facebook. If you would like to be a guest right here and sit down and chop it up with me about anything, just please go to my platforms and leave me a message. I'll be sure to get back with you and have you across from here in no time. Again, thank you and God bless you. Have a great day. So sit back and relax. Thanks for spending time with me.